What if I told you there's a single amino acid that can flip the switch on muscle growth, like turning on a light bulb for protein synthesis? That amino acid is leucine, and without it, no matter how much protein you eat, your muscles won't get the full growth signal. Today, I'm going to show you why leucine is the key muscle amino acid, how it works, and how you can make sure you're getting enough. Let me start with a story. Years ago, I was counseling a young athlete who swore he was doing everything right, lifting, eating tons of chicken, drinking his whey shakes, but he just wasn't gaining muscle. When we dug deeper, it turned out he wasn't getting nearly enough leucine at each meal. Once he fixed that, his progress finally took off, and that's what we're gonna unpack today. All right, let's cut through the noise. What makes leucine so special compared to other amino acids? Leucine is one of the 3 branched-chain amino acids, along with isoleucine and valine. But here's the twist. Out of all of them, leucine is the true trigger. Think of protein as building blocks for your muscles. You can have a whole pile of bricks, but without the spark to start construction, nothing happens. Leucine is that spark. It activates a pathway in your body called mTOR. And that's like the green light telling your body, okay, let's start building muscle. So how exactly does leucine pull off this muscle magic? When you eat protein, your body breaks it down into amino acids. Leucine in particular signals your muscle cells to ramp up protein synthesis through the mTOR pathway. Here's the cool part. Research shows you need about 2 to 3 grams of leucine in a meal to maximally trigger this response. If you fall short, it's like half flipping the light switch. Your body just won't fully activate muscle growth. That's why athletes and bodybuilders often focus on leucine-rich proteins like whey, chicken, beef, or even soy. It's not just about how much protein you eat, it's about whether that protein has enough leucine to do the job. Now let's bring this down from science class to your dinner plate. Where do you actually get leucine from? This is where that young athlete from my story had gone wrong. He was eating a ton of protein, but mostly from low leucine foods like nuts and small portions of grains. Healthy foods? Yes, but not optimal for muscle building. Here are some leucine powerhouses. Whey protein, about 2.5 grams per scoop. Chicken breast, around 2.7 grams per 100 grams. Beef, about 2 grams per 100 grams. Eggs, roughly a half a gram per egg. So, if you're aiming for muscle growth, you want to build meals that hit that 2 to 3 gram leucine threshold. That might mean a scoop of whey protein or a chicken breast with your meal. This is why bodybuilders always say, protein at every meal. But the secret behind that advice is actually leucine. Okay, here's the big question I know many of you are wondering. Do you need leucine supplements? The truth is, most people can get enough leucine from food if they plan well. But for athletes or older adults, supplements can help. As we age, our muscles become less sensitive to leucine, something called anabolic resistance. That means older adults may actually need more leucine per meal to get the same muscle building effect. That's where BCAA powders or leucine supplements come in handy, especially if your diet is lower in animal proteins. But remember, supplements should be a support, not a replacement for real food. Now, before you start dumping leucine powder into everything, let's talk safety. Too much leucine, especially in supplement form, can throw off the balance with other amino acids like isoleucine and valine. High doses can actually raise ammonia levels in the body, which isn't good for your health. So balance is key. Here's the takeaway. Focus on protein-rich foods first. Use supplements strategically if you need them. And remember, leucine may be the key amino acid, but it's not the only piece of the puzzle. Your body still needs all the essential amino acids to actually build the muscle once leucine flips the switch. Remember my athlete friend who wasn't gaining muscle? Once he started paying attention to leucine, he finally saw the progress he'd been chasing for years. And that's the lesson here. It's not just about eating protein, it's about eating smart protein. So whether you're trying to build muscle, preserve it as you age, or just optimize your nutrition, don't forget leucine. It really is the key that unlocks your muscle's potential. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out my other videos on supplements and nutrition. And as always, be happy, be healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.